On the 25th of March, Harcourts South Africa held their first Walk a Mile in Their Shoes event. Men and women from various Harcourts offices came to show their support by walking just over 1.5 kilometers around the Walter Sisulu Botanical Gardens in high-heel shoes.
This event began in Australia, in Melbourne actually, in 2013. I went to my business owners and my stakeholders and came up with the idea of Walk a Mile in Their Shoes. And we wanted to involve the men because the issue of violence against women is not going to be solved by women on its own. It's a man's issue as well. And so we need to have the men stand with us to say no against violence. And that's how it started. And 2 years ago, it went national in Australia. And now this year it's international. And I'm just so proud of Richard and his team here in South Africa to take this on and really make a stand with us globally now, you know, across the world as Harcourts as one to say violence against women is just not okay.
We really want to raise awareness both inside our own community and external to that around our stand against violence against women, and also to raise some money for a really important charity which we support called IDUC, and we want to raise in excess of 200,000 Rand today. This is just the start. We're going to do many of these. So this is the first one we're doing, and we're hoping to raise some good money and well over 200,000 for IDUC.
IDUC, the Initiative for Dedicated Upliftment and Care, is a non-profit organisation geared towards raising awareness about gender-based violence and assisting victims of abuse. Founder Santi Brits tells us about how it all started.
IDUC began 8 years ago. I was raped in my home in Potchefstroom. It was a terrible time for us as a family in dealing with the trauma. When it went through the phases of the ID parade and the court case and everything, I realized that there is so much in the system that doesn't work for women and children.
During this challenging time, Santi found comfort in the form of a rubber duck that she received as a gift. Knowing firsthand the kind of emotional trauma involved in a rape case, she felt the need to pay it forward by offering others the same comfort she was given. Through the IDUC program, Santi has been able to offer counsel to many women and children in need.
IDUC is a company close to our hearts at Harcourts because the founder of IDUC is actually a Harcourts person. She's taken the strong stand against violence against women and created this fantastic foundation, and we just felt they were a great cause to support in our inaugural Walk a Mile event.
Dedicated heel-clad men and women marched their way around the gardens holding various placards. The message was clear: violence against women must end. Apart from a few trips and bruised toes, from the men of course, everyone made it successfully to the finish line.
It was fantastic. It felt a little longer than a mile, but anyway, I'm sure it was a mile. Quite tough to walk in high-heeled shoes, but we had a great time and it was tremendous. I think the spirit and the culture really shone through, and it was just wonderful to see so many people coming out in support of a great cause.
As we speak now, my legs are shaking. The walking was very painful, but at least I've raised awareness.
I thought it was a beautiful day. People came out en masse, great support. Everyone put their hand in their pockets to support the cause that we have for IDUC and the Harcourts Foundation Day.
Harcourts raised 227,000 Rand, which will go towards launching Duck Around, IDUC's new transport system for getting female students home safely from bars and clubs at night.
It is really something close to my heart because there's so many date rapes and spiking of drinks that I think at university levels there should be a project like this at every university, and that's my vision in 3 years' time, that we would have this project of Duck Around at all the universities in South Africa.
Harcourts South Africa hopes to see you at the next Walk a Mile in Their Shoes. Remember, you hold the power to make a difference.